Welcome everyone to Liberal Agencies Television. I hope this video finds you well in your location across the globe. Today we want to talk about a bit of a controversial topic, but these are things that we go through in our lives, and the more we don't talk about them, the more they hit us, and they hit us very hard. This is a topic that is usually avoided by many people, even many institutions that should address these matters, including the church. You know, people just like telling their colleagues things that their ears would like to hear. But when it comes now discussing a very controversial matter, or foreseeing something that may happen in the future and try to address how it can be avoided, most people don't like to talk about such matters. And today we want to talk about how you can deal with a breakup. You love each other very well, and then a breakup happens. How do you deal with it? It's a very controversial matter that you cannot start with a couple that are still in love, because they will just say, why are you saying like that? Who is going to break? Nobody wants to start such discussions, because they believe it will not happen. But just one thing may just do to another, and then it happens. You've seen even when maybe people are starting a business, you cannot come up with the topic of how to deal with a situation where a business is collapsing. They are too optimistic. They just tell you, no, it's not going to collapse, leave that topic. Because they believe it is just going to peak. So they don't want to talk about what if. They don't want to talk about that. Even when you are starting maybe some project together as a group, when you are writing the laws that will guide you, when you just come up with the idea that, what about when someone wants to pull out? What is the law that you're going to put to control that when somebody wants to pull out? The other members will just say, no, nobody will pull out, leave that topic. Nobody will pull out. Yet it's a very possible thing. Somebody may just at a position or a level where they want to now withdraw and leave that idea. But there was no clause put to address a matter like that when somebody wants to pull out. So it becomes very difficult now when a situation like that happens. It's the same topic of breakup. When people still love each other, there's no way you can put them in a class now to talk about what can happen in times of a breakup. They will just say, no, that's impossible. And some people give a lot of their selves. They give all of themselves in a love situation, whereby when somebody pulls out or offends them, their life crashes, because they had given everything to it. And this is what we want to talk about in this video today. Just a little things that you can do to ensure that you remain afloat and to collect yourself to continue with your life after a breakup happens to you. It is not what we wish, but it usually happens. And if it doesn't happen to you, at least if you know some of these few steps that I'm going to mention, you can help a person who has gone through this matter. And before we start, I just want to welcome our new viewers who have just bumped into this channel today, to kindly just subscribe and give our videos likes. And I invite you to even share the videos to some of your friends, or share in your social media handles, so that many people as possible can reach, this matter can reach everybody. If you can as well download and share to somebody in form of now, they don't even need now a bundle, well and good. Well, now let's talk about a few things that one should observe. When it happens that now you have broken up and there's nothing you can do, you have tried everything, and maybe it's now somebody has just gone their way, and it's now official that now you are alone and the matter is finished. You need to just recollect yourself and accept that love is not everything. Love is not everything. No? It's a very good thing, but it's not everything. Even when you're in love with somebody and you are still together, there are so many other things that are still involved that can make that love grow. For example, apart from having love, you still need a career, you know. So the moment you accept that love is not everything, you will be able to find a way of keeping yourself focused to another business that can keep you busy, and so that your mind is not so occupied with what has just happened to you. Develop yourself. You can develop yourself maybe towards your career, your education, or your business, and you give it all your time so that you can not allow your mind to keep playing what has happened to you so much. You know, just accept that love is not always everything. There are also other things that are important in your life. Even if you have love, but still these other things also must be pushed. After you accepted that love is not everything, or it's not enough, you will start maybe focusing to pursuing some of your other agendas. And another thing you need to know when you have broken up, it's usually very painful and usually very difficult to accept when it has just happened. But relax yourself and tell yourself that the pain will end soon. Because the pain will end soon, if you try to engage yourself in other things and stop replaying this matter so much, it will come a time when the pain will end. It is never permanent. The pain will end soon. Just accept the matter. Some people don't accept that it will end, so they just try to maybe take some very bad measures. The way you've seen even some of these young police couples, some cases of a very young police couple, what happens to them, you know, they don't believe they can live anymore. Some students, until somebody follows his girlfriend to a very far place where they are learning to go and do some very bad things, because they don't believe that that pain can end. So they just want to finish themselves. So just accept that the pain will end. If you give it time, it will end. And prayers will play a role. You know? Engage yourself in prayers. Always take your time, pray, ask God for the way forward. Fasting, you go to church, fellowship. These are ways that will keep your mind away. And these are the ways that will give you direction on how you can move on quickly and try to forget the matter or shed off the matter from your head. You know? And God will always answer you when you ask Him for this kind of direction. Another thing, forgive yourself. You know, there are people who will blame themselves for so long. You know, why did this happen? Why did I do this? When it has already happened and now there's nothing you can do about it. Stop this blaming yourself so much, cursing yourself. I wish I did this and everything. Forgive yourself. Just take it as an experience, and it will give you a good. It will leave you in a good position to face maybe another relation in future, when you can be able to forgive yourself and accept that whatever happened has happened. And you're also supposed to give your other partner, you know. Don't hold it so much grudge to them that you don't set them free. Forgive them, even if they were on the wrong side. Just say it's okay, it has happened. Don't keep them captive or imprison them inside your system that now you still have a grudge with them. Release them. Forgive them, let them be in peace. So that even if they go to another relationship, they are not still begrudging each other. Just forgive them and let them also move in peace after you've forgiven yourself. You need to move on with your life. It's very important, because your life cannot stop simply because a relationship has ended. Some of these relationships end when you are still very young. Continue with the things that you are supposed to. If you are working, concentrate more on your work. If you are in school, concentrate more in your schooling, so that you can bring something out of what you are doing at the moment. But when you allow this matter that's happened to you to get into your way, it will affect what you are doing at the moment. So you're supposed to move on with your life. Accept and start now doing things that you are doing, and try to give them what you are doing more time, so that you can perfect them and get the best results. And you're even supposed to now start adding value to yourself. You know, it's a very good opportunity. Maybe if you are already working, it's a very good opportunity that maybe you can pursue something else and add to your knowledge. You know, just try to do things that can better yourself. You know, improve your career, engage yourself into some other projects, investment here and there, just to better yourself after breakup. You know, it's a way of keeping yourself busy and also engaging your mind to other things. It will help you to forget concentrating so much on this breakup. Just add value to yourself. And also another thing that we need to do is we need to break the connections, you know. Maybe these are things that you have tried to resolve, and now it has reached a point that it's now obvious that you will not resolve them. And you've already made your decision that now you want to move forward. And you've already started doing these steps that we are mentioning. Break connection. Because some of these relationships, after maybe somebody has realized that themselves they have refused to move on and they're not able to recollect themselves, they will now start coming back in a way of dragging you back also to where they are. So if you did not break a connection, they can easily find their way back again to drag you back into that mess. So you need to cut the connection, you know. Maybe you lose their contacts in a very good way. If you had maybe photos that you had shared, you can return them or burn them, you know. It sounds very bad, but you just want to now isolate yourself and cut the connection. Just remove those photos, because you'll continue seeing these photos and this will stop maybe your mind from moving on. So return those photos, or you can, if they are ones that you had shared, maybe you can destroy them. But the one that belong to them, just return to them and tell them to keep them. In some cases, you can even return some presents that you were given. You know, when you have a feeling that these things are not, they're dragging you from moving on, you can return these presents, or also you can give somebody else so that they are out of your system, where you can be seeing these things every now and then. You know, that will also help you in moving on. And then you need to also try to be just doing some exercise. Engage yourself in a bit of exercise, you know, here and there. But don't rush now into entering another relationship. Take a break. Just take a break. And when you take a break, it also gives you more time of succeeding in these things that we've already mentioned above. Don't rush immediately that now you're out of this relationship and tomorrow, 1 month, 2 months, you're already in another relationship. You have not moved on, you have not healed. So you need to give yourself a very enough period of time for you to move on very well and pursue all these things that you have already mentioned, and ensure that you are into another level before you can now again start involving yourself into another relationship. But when you start another relationship immediately, you need to give yourself time to recover, and the whole circle can repeat itself, you know. And you're not supposed to give up after a breakup. That now I had given all myself to this person, this thing has happened, now I'm nothing. Don't give up. You should not give up, you know. I know there are people who give all their lives, all their selves to a relationship, so that when something like this happens, they always feel like now nothing else can happen out of them. Yet you don't know that the best of your life is still in front. You have not seen anything yet. Don't give up. And another thing that can help you to move on, you can now start focusing also on the people that other people that are important to you. You know, you need to give these people now more time and be talking to them, because they are the people who now can console you, and give you company in times of situations like this. Focus in the people, other important people to you. They are going to help you also now cover that loneliness image now. When you bring them in and now start talking to them more. And finally, you need to focus on loving yourself. This is an opportunity for you to love yourself now more. Just treat yourself now. You can maybe buy some very nice clothes for yourself, nice shoes, take yourself out, you go enjoy yourself. Just focus now on yourself and enjoy yourself. Treat yourself very well, It's an opportunity for you. Just give yourself this kind of treatment. And it will help you in moving on very well. When now even these other people, when you come across of the people who can see you and they see them, people who can maybe see both of you, will always say that you are looking better the way you used to be. Now you are moving on very well. It gives you motivation. When people are seeing that there's a difference on the better side, it gives you motivation to move on. These are small things that you need to focus on when something has happened to you like that. Or when you know a friend that has gone through such a matter, try to encourage them. And you can also propose to them some of these things that you have said, so that they don't look down on themselves and suffer more from a breakup. Well, I just wanted to mention for you some of those key points. We are not going to talk about how to prevent a breakup, maybe in our other coming videos. But on this video, just wanted to address some of the points that you are supposed to take when you find yourself in a situation like that, or when maybe a friend of yours is undergoing such a problem. You can maybe propose to them some of these points. Up to that point, I just want to leave you with that until we meet in the next video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God's blessing.